and it'll show me as it's loading. All right, there we go. Maybe it's like, okay, there we are. We are live. Okay. Oh, April, what are you mad about? Well, good evening, you guys. We got it figured out. Once I see you guys can hear us and everything, then everybody can say hello and I'll introduce our friends and guests tonight. Oh, they're talking about what they're warming. I've got a candle up here, so. I wonder if, is there a delay here? Oh, there. Yeah, there we go. I wonder if it's just a delay on like when it comes through. Okay, we can hear you. Hello. I know. Sorry, Amanda. It's, the first time you do like StreamYard, you think it's easy, but it's not as easy as like you just aren't sure how to get those settings figured out. And I've just learned because I've done it a few times. So, okay, well, welcome everybody. So I have some guests. We just decided we were going to come live and talk with you all again. Maybe some people were able to join us last time. Maybe some weren't. So we have some guests. So we'll start with Miss Tara. She's here on my screen, but so
hi everyone.
So that is sweet Tara. And Tara, you aren't a Scentsy consultant, correct?
I am not.
So she is going to give us a customer's perspective. So I really wanted to make sure we got a customer, and Melissa helped with that. So now Melissa can say hello.
Hi, guys.
And then I have a new friend, Ashley, and Ashley is from Canada, and she said she'd be willing to come live with us. So this is her first time. So everybody, and Tara's first time doing lives. So everybody make sure you're kind. I can handle the rudeness, but these guys are a little bit sweeter than me. So, well, Ashley,
I can't see the chats anyway, so I don't know what anybody's saying about me. So if I don't respond to anybody, it's because I can't see the chat. So.
She can't. She's on her device. So if she's too afraid to like turn it. Melissa, can you see comments though?
I just use my iPad. Yeah.
She's cheating. She's got her iPad there.
Hi, Ashley from Ashley.
Hi, Brandy. Hi, Mary. So how many? So now we have a Canadian with us. So if you're from Canada, I know Brandy is. So I think it's a great perspective to have someone else on the other side of the border, our northern border. So Julie. Hello, Julie. Now I see you. The other night, I don't remember if Julie said she was live with me the other night, but Julie is a friend of mine. Oh, Jacqueline is a Canadian. Oh, Mindy is. Oh, we got some Canadians. Sometimes, like my friends in California, they would tease me because they would say I'm from Canada because I say or yeah. But I'm like, no, Wisconsin's pretty close. Like I think I'm like 4 hours, maybe something from the border. So, I'm getting a little bit close there, but I'm not Canadian. Not at all. No. And yes, Brandy is here. I know Brandy had some feelings on this whole thing too. So, so we all heard from Dan. Now I tried to record that and I did a screen share, but I don't know why, but I used like, on your iPhone, how you can screen and you can record. The audio was there, but when it went to save it, for some reason, the audio disappeared. How weird is that? So the video stayed intact, but I can't share the video because there's no audio. I've never had that happen before. It's like, I don't know. And they haven't posted that video, have they? Has anyone seen that video from Dan? No.
No.
And apparently there's other issues because they were saying that they were in, was it Mexico or somewhere when they stepped out to do that video? So was that right, Ashley?
Yeah.
It is up in our big group. See, I'm probably not in your group. I wonder. Mine is called the Scented Community. That's the wax page I'm in. So they haven't literally said anything. Like they posted it, but then there's like 4 comments, even though there's like thousands in the group. So I'm sure they're just not letting in those posts because there's like no comments in my groups. Your director shared the link to the recording. Okay, so it must, hi Anna. So it must just be up. Hi Stephanie. So they must have just put it up. So that'll be interesting. If you guys can see it, I think it's worth watching. Did you guys watch it?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I missed the first 20 minutes, but I saw it.
Tara, well, you wouldn't have access.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't have
eventually,
Facebook anyway, so I'm not part of any groups anyways. So
you don't do Facebook either.
I don't do Facebook. No.
But do you do Instagram, right?
No. YouTube is the only social media that I have.
Well, I don't have TikTok, but I do Instagram. I'm on Facebook kind of just to see the groups, because Facebook has become ads. Like, that's all it is. Like, you can't see anything anymore. It's all just a bunch of whatever. So, hi, Aubrey. Oh, Mindy is a customer too. So, okay. So do you want to just start from the beginning? Or I know Melissa talked about ideas. So if you want to go, like, I've shared and said all of my piece too. So I'm fine if you want to go over what, Melissa, you were discussing and thinking about too. Otherwise, I wrote a few topics down.
I was just thinking that I'm not going to change anything I'm currently doing, because it kind of works for me for the 200, 250 anyway. This past year, because I was focused on vendor, got away from actually doing my clubs, but my clubs are usually around 200 anyway. And then if you do scent of the month, like, that's the 250. So, I mean, in a way, it doesn't really affect me. And I don't know, but I mean, I've never been the party pusher. People help you out every now and then, but so, I mean, I'm not planning to change anything. I just know that there's bars that I don't want to lose, because Scentsy still is my favorite. It works the best for me, and I can't live my life without Scentsy bars. But, so I don't really plan to change it and still get whatever discount we get. But
Are you going to keep your website open?
yeah, for now. Because that's the only orders I really get are the random people.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
All right, Ashley. They want to hear your thoughts too.
Oh gosh, I don't know if they can handle my thoughts. I have been like snarky and pissy all week, you guys. I even have notes because I don't want to go off the rails. Oh gosh. I saw one comment, someone's like, I'm so glad to have a Canadian perspective. Okay, so buckle up. This could be a snark sesh. I'll try to keep it tame. But a little bit about me. So I've been with Scentsy since middle of November of 2023. And yeah, like I said, I've been marinating on this all week. I think number one, they need to get rid of those incentive trips if they want to save money. I remember a few months back watching, Dan's end of the month live. Love a good snark session. And Orville was on there and he said, the top earners that get these big fancy trips, that their PRV is paying for those trips. So I don't know. That's just my opinion. If I'm looking down, I just have some notes. Another thing that really ticked me off was the consultants on here that watched the Zoom, regarding the buy 5, get 1 free, only available on our workstation. I said to Chuck, I was like, well, how is that fair? And how do we tell our customers that? And he said, well, you're going to have to come up with a sales pitch. So you
just have to figure it out. Basically.
Exactly. And I typed in the comments and I was like, okay, well, can you give me an example? And 10-15 minutes go by and it's just crickets.
Where did you ask that? In the stream when he was streaming that one?
Yeah, there was like a Q&A section.
Well, he didn't answer my question, so at least he answered yours.
Oh. And then regarding the 5% going down, why don't they grandfather the new consultants coming in March 1st?
Yeah.
Because we've already paid our dues. We worked hard to hit that 1,000 to earn that extra 5%. I just feel it's so incredibly, talk about integrity.
I think a lot of that though is from seeing what everyone's feeling, I think, I do think they are trying to save what they can. Like, I think they really are trying to see if they can get this ship to go. Like, instead of, like, what else would be the alternative? They shut down the factory in Texas. it sounds like, you take a look at everything and you're just trying to save your bottom line. Like, how do you not close? Because that could be where this is going. And I don't think anybody really wants that. I mean, we can all complain. But I don't want to lose certain things either. I like my warmers. Like, if you had to think about when we thought L3 was closing, I went, ordered wax for like 2 years. I don't want to think about that again. I don't want to be without my warmer dishes. Like, what if one breaks? Then I don't have a backup. So I think, like, is that what they're doing? Is trying to make sure they don't sink?
Well, and Dale and I were talking, and he was saying, like, don't bite the hand that feeds you. So we bottom people, the hobbyists, are the ones that, we are our best customers. If we're the 70% or 75% buying all of it, then why are you, biting our hands when we're the ones feeding you? So.
Oh, I want to just see what some of these comments said. Yeah. So there you go. Tammy agrees with that as well. Yep.
I don't really make much commission. So again, 5% doesn't affect me too much, but it's, for those that it does, I feel bad.
Honestly, I do it, for fun. So for me, it's kind of like, I'm just appreciative if anyone orders really, truly. But I also, Scentsy consultants are our best customers. You know what I mean? Like, it's easy to get in and out and shop. It's, for that sense. So I do think they are, like Brandy said too, that cuts in the wrong places. That's true. Like, I think that's very true that they're coming after us when we said, what is it, 70% of the hostesses are consultants. That's because, like, they wanted all of us when we started shopping. Like, Tara, how many times have you been asked to just be a consultant for the discount?
Never.
Nobody's. Well, bless your consultant then for not saying that, because I don't say that either to mine, because I don't want to push Scentsy on anybody. I feel like if you want the discount, you probably kind of know it's there. So I don't push that either. So bless your consultant's heart for not doing that. But I think that's what a lot of us started with Scentsy. Like, we were like, okay, I'll do it for the discount, But now you're really kind of saying, if it's the same price as a club, then why not just do a club? Because especially if consultants get rid of their websites. I mean, Ashley, do you work your Scentsy business? Because that's not my primary thing.
Yeah, so I'm not able to work. I have some health issues going on. So for me, it's nice to make a few extra bucks every month. It's helpful because Lord knows things are so expensive. But yeah, I'm not like pushing people, and if someone wants to sign up under me, that's great. If they don't, that's great too. Like you said, I'm just thankful to get orders.
Yep. It would be interesting for this affiliate. I think a lot of companies, aren't they going that way? More to like a link, which I'm not opposed to, because if you do, let's say, social media, like, and you have a link, I have some, you can just click on that and order, and then I make a small commission, let's say with candles. So I think, like, is that what would be better? Because I think a lot of people really don't like the whole MLM thing. I mean, Tara, does that deter you when you order?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why, like, I never wanted to become a consultant, honestly, because, well, first of all, I'm not really a people person, so I'm not the type of person to, like, go out there and try to sell to people. And honestly, like, I always felt like I didn't spend too much to, like, have to reach, a certain limit, in order to stay as an active, consultant. So, like, honestly, I think the most that I've purchased from Scentsy was like the late end of like 2024, when they were having like a different sale like every weekend. And then I think I made like purchases between like September and December. I think that's the most I've ever honestly purchased from Scentsy. Otherwise, it's just like little orders here and there.
Yeah. And this comment about Scentsy being $1 billion company, now, if that's the case, then why would they be doing this, I guess? I mean, I couldn't find their 2024 profits. I know they're dropping. So I guess I don't know. What do you think? Do you think that's true that there's no way that they're going to go out of business?
I think
I wouldn't be
that
surprised, honestly. I think the way that everything is in the world, like there are plenty of businesses that are going out of business. So honestly, I would not be surprised at all if that's what ended up happening.
And I think the more that they go back to parties when people don't want to do parties, instead of embracing the online model, online shopping, they're going to lose people.
Exactly. Like the parties, you know, it's not 1970 where we're selling Tupperware. Customers like to be in and out at their convenience. If they want to shop at 1 o'clock in the morning in their pajamas, let them.
Exactly. That's why I do most of my shopping. When I'm just, laying down, I start scrolling through a bunch of different websites, and that's how
I get into trouble.
Yes, like that's exactly how I shop. Like,
I won't tell you that I was looking at Goose Creek and may have ordered some more. Like, damn it.
did you use that coupon I sent you?
It wouldn't let me.
Really? That's so weird because they sent it to my email that same day, and
I was so pissed.
I didn't use it.
Well, I appreciate it. I tried so many times, and I was like, "God dang it! I wanted to save $10." It wouldn't let me. But
well, that's a bummer.
I know, but I got some good candles. But you're right; it was literally like 1 a.m., and I was like, I shouldn't be on here. But I think, and then yesterday or this morning again, it was probably like I was up watching the Elementary. It's with Watson and oh my gosh, Sherlock Holmes and Watson. It's so good. Anyway, I was watching that, and then from I Heart Wax, she opened her customs a little bit last night, and then again tonight. So I was ordering last night, which hey, it worked for me because I was watching a show and I'm shopping. So very good point. I think I think that if they do this model, a lot of consultants are already saying they're going to be done or just stop their website, which is going to stop people from being able to shop at 2 a.m. So I think that does suck. Oh my gosh, you guys are crazy. Are you watching this chat? You guys are awesome. Like I can't even keep up. Okay, let's see what anyone else says. And I agree with April. She said a lot of MLMs do close. So I do think it could be a possibility. And Melissa shared a good post on her channel about other companies who were making a ton of money. And since everything has been switching to people like to shop at 2 a.m, things are changing, and Scentsy needs to make progress towards that. This is not a step in the right direction. Is taking away. I mean, they could, when they have increased the price of Disney and the warmers, we kind of complain and we let it go. But man, I think this whole bar thing is just pissing everybody off, honestly.
And also how the bundles are going to change as well come March 1st.
Yeah, that's the sucky thing, because like I said too, when I close out my party and you have a hostess half price, you throw a bundle and save in there because you get 3 of those counter cleans for $15. I mean, and I wonder cost versus profit, what it is. Like, I don't know, but we all know they mark stuff up. So are they really losing at that price? I find that hard to believe, because you can find other prices, like with LuLaRoe. I think they said that one time with leggings, it was like $1 to make and they sell them for 25. So it's very alarming when you hear statistics like that. And then you say, okay, what is really the cost? Well, Scentsy doesn't give that up. I only know that because I found out firsthand from that's like the cost. But what does it cost? So are they really losing by offering this? I have a hard time believing that they're losing, but I guess based on their action, are they? I don't know.
Well, and then you'll see things in the clearance, like Disney warmers for like $20, and you're like, really? Like, you were charging $100 for this,
So again, there you go, Melissa. Great point. These are $80 warmers that, and then all of a sudden they're $20. Like, I got that Little Mermaid one for like $18. And what is it originally? $65?
It's either 55 or 60 or something like that, because that was the first warmer I've ever purchased from Scentsy, and I, paid full price for it. It was a couple of years ago now, but
yeah,
I think it was like 55 or 60 bucks.
Yeah.
You guys. Oh, sorry.
Oh, here, I can go back to that.
do you guys feel that like Disney and Warner Brothers is possibly pressuring them? Like, hey, you guys need to get your sales up?
I don't know if they have that much say in that. Now, I will say from the other company that I was with, they also had a partnership with Disney, and I knew several people high up, and I don't feel like they ever did. It was more the design that were very particular about, but they weren't looking at those aspects. I think they care more about image is what they care about. So if that image moves, then they will break their partnerships with people. So I don't know. And again, I'm just telling you what I've learned in the past. I don't know. Yeah, Christy, I absolutely think this is what I think this is what it comes down to.
Yeah, see,
And
I
again,
always thought that like, you know, Disney would be like one of like the best sellers for Scentsy, because I know that there are a lot of Disney fans out there. Like that's like the main warmers that I have in my collection are the Disney warmers. So I don't know if Disney would be pressuring them, because I feel like the sales for Disney would actually be probably more than like regular Scentsy stuff.
right. This comment about the website, think about this, how much she just said, 180 a year off of every consultant. There's no way it costs that much to run a server like that. No way. I agree.
And then if we pay 15 of it a month, you know.
I love the comment. I feel like buying a Scentsy bar is like buying a pack of cigarettes.
Yeah. Pretty much, right? Isn't it? Like, I don't know how much those are, but do you remember when they started? Like, I only know this because my sister smoked, but when they changed like the price, it used to be like dollars. And then when they started, because of all the people getting sick, they started saying, the government said, now we're going to charge you a massive tax because these people need to stop smoking. And maybe if we raise the price, didn't they go to like $6 and people like double the price? And people were like, holy crap. Did it deter people? I would think it probably did for some people. How can you afford to pay that? Some people, no, they just figure it out and I don't know, maybe eat less. I don't know. I'd rather eat than that, but okay.
See, I used to be a smoker.
Okay.
So, and I quit about 10 years ago. When I was a smoker, honestly, yeah, I always made sure I had money for cigarettes. Like, even if I had to make sure that, like, you know, I didn't like buy something for lunch at work or something, I always made sure I had money for cigarettes.
Yeah, I think that's true though. I mean, you'll either make it work or you'll just you'll just be better about budgeting. But again, I think it just came at a really bad time with everything that's going on in the world. And really, the economy sucks right now. So now you're just going to slam us again. So like maybe see how things go in 6 months. If we can start getting those raises or just the economy, gas prices go down, like all those things would be beneficial. I think, again, yes, you're saying March, but I don't know. I just feel like it's a lot of money for wax. And, you know, when you look at price per ounce, again, it's a little ridiculous. I don't think it needs to be. And that's why I think it's important to look at what you're buying price per ounce and like just decide what's important to you. So if you have 20 vendors in Scentsy, you're going to start looking at that. And I think it's something I do, or just like, oh, I'm only going to order I think I ordered from 2 vendors this month. That's it. So there you go. Like, that's it. I'm done. So
I know, like, as far as clubs, like Steph was saying, that my daughter and I had the highest clubs, like 200, 250 a month. Like, we had a bi-monthly and a quarterly. And so with both of us not being able to hardly afford like eggs and all that stuff, because it's like $6 for a pack of eggs instead of $1 that it used to be. Well, then, you know, you just keep pushing out your club for a year. And I mean, but I realized personally that was hurting my commission because I wasn't getting it back in commission to cycle it back through. So then I couldn't get ahead of it. But yeah, I think it's hurt us too. Hurt Scentsy, I should say. It's not really us, but
yeah, because how many people are using that hack, which I do think you watch, they're going to make a change, because that'll be next, because then my club is just going to be butchered. Like it'll just be, I won't be able to do that. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, I never knew about that hack until like last year. So I started to do it, and I only got my club twice last year. I think I got it like in January and then in like November. That was it.
Christy, I think this is a good comment. I was literally thinking about this today, that literally that's what bothers me a lot about this is the whole, I think it's a lot of greed. And that bothers me as to see any company change from what you thought Scentsy was, and just to see this progression of money and greed change people, that bothers me. And I mean, I don't know what your thoughts are, but I think that's what probably bothers me the most.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like the craziness going on in some of the Facebook groups. Oh my gosh. It's just unreal.
In where, what are they doing?
Yeah. Just keep, yeah.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Just trying to censor people, and that is just that really irks me, you guys. Like, it doesn't matter where you stand on it, your opinion, don't be trying to censor people. And if that wasn't enough, and then I'm not going to name names because I don't want to be starting drama here, but directors and above that are like bringing people in massively to these groups and like, let's take it down and we're going to get compliance involved, and it's just gross.
So someone asked who we are here. So again, I'm Charity. This is my page, but everyone's joining me. Just introduce yourselves again, because someone's asking who everybody is.
Hi, I'm Tara.
I'm Melissa.
And I'm Ashley.
There you go. Sorry, we did that at the beginning, warmth and calm. So just in case you missed that, sorry. Okay. I just thought, people are joining us in between here, so we don't want to be rude and just tell everybody. So, yeah, April is saying, yeah, there you go about the club hack. They're going to figure that out too. Yeah. But I do think, Ashley, the whole, again, a lot of these companies have this cheerleader attitude of, and if you say anything negative, you are immediately shut down. I've watched a lot of videos. I think it's very frustrating for people that they just can't speak. Just let us vent and listen and be productive in those comments, but just outright denying people is just, yeah.
Yeah, and just having the attitude of like, it's unicorns and rainbows, it's only positivity. Oh, you're a quitter, you're a loser. No, like, these are people, come on. No one is just quitting. Oh, gosh, yeah, you don't even want to get me started. I'm going to get snarky.
Well, I think you're right, though. I mean, I do think that is the mentality, isn't it? That cult, like attitude of like, it's, if you quit, it's your fault. It's not us. It's you that did this. You don't want to work harder. Well, that's your fault. You didn't make money with Scentsy. That's your fault. We didn't do anything wrong. So I do think that is very true, that they try to, isn't it? Not that we're victims, but just throwing that, or what's that called? Is it gaslighting? I don't know those terms. Tara, you're young. Is that what gaslighting is?
You got me. I don't keep up with it.
Gaslighting is kind of making them feel crazy, but
okay.
just it's basically shaming them because they decide what makes them happy isn't Scentsy anymore, and I think that's criminal, just to make people feel bad.
It is. It's a way of bullying people to try to get them to sell, even though they're saying it's not working. And then they'll just say, well, did you look at your 100 people? Did you contact all of them? I mean, people just, yeah.
Oh, that brings up another point Dale and I were talking about, because people on some of those pages were saying that, you should be taking your business cards to like Target and handing them out. Well, number one, most people don't want to do that. Number two, a lot of places have soliciting rules and regulations that you can't solicit people like that. You can't leave your business cards on vehicles, and so that's not going to work either. And plus, when Dale and I were talking, a lot of my customers, they're here one time, they're helping a friend, but it's not like they're repeat. They're just doing it because they're helping a friend, not because they want to be there forever. So, I mean, I think that Scentsy should approach it from, let's take care of the people that are our best customers, which are the consultants who got into this for a hobby or kidnapping like me or whatever. let's take care of them because they are our best customers instead of trying to get people that aren't going to be loyal and just helping out friends. Like, why are we doing that? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me.
Oh, you got booted from her page. Yeah, I don't say much because I've gotten my comments deleted, so I just don't even say anything because it's not worth it. They will kick you right out of their groups. Yeah.
And I agree with drinking the Kool-Aid comments.
Oh, I'll have to find that one. Jenny, okay, I'm gonna say this too, and this I just want to know what you think. Okay, this comment right here got me today. I have seen some, and everybody's personality is different. So my personality is I'm going to give you my sass. I'm just not that personality. I wish I could be nice and sweet. But then people think I'm fake because that's just not me. So if I was like, well, I think this is a good thing. That's just not my personality. So I appreciate the people who have made videos who come at it like that. I think Stephanie was in a with April and Martha, and they were all doing a good video. I didn't watch it all yet. About coming at Scentsy from the standpoint of, okay, what do we think? And I might be speaking out of turn, but because I only watched like the first 15 minutes when I was getting ready today, but what could Scentsy do to make it better? So I appreciate that they were going at it from that standpoint, because no, you don't have to be snarky, but I am a little snarky, but you can come at it at a different way. And then there's other people who are coming at it from a very loving, kind perspective. And then there's people saying nothing. And I would prefer anything in between. I'll take your snark. I'll take your, how can we make things better? What I don't like is let's just not say anything. Let's just ignore it all. I think, does that bother people? Do you want your consultants or these big YouTubers to say anything? Or maybe they can't. I don't know.
I know sometimes I get nervous because people then become keyboard warriors, and I'm just, that's not me. So I don't love that. But I think that deters people from doing it. They don't like that. Well, I'm not saying the big people. I'm just saying the normal little guys like.
Well, I don't think anyone likes getting picked on. Like, I've been dragged a few times in some of those groups. So I just am like, if you see them making fun of me, just don't tell me, because then it doesn't matter to me. I'm not in those groups. But if people want to, again, you can't change how people feel about you. If they don't like you, they just don't like you. You don't need to make people like you. Some people are just not going to like you. Hello, that is my husband. Hello, hubby. So I would just, anything people have to offer, I think, is helpful. But again, it is hard not seeing some people say anything. So, but everyone has their opinion and thoughts on it. So, yeah.
Yeah. I think it's great to have the different perspectives, honestly. Like, why are you mad? Why are you excited? Why? Because I like to learn why people feel how they feel.
Me too. Yeah, me too. I mean, I'll watch anyone's video, like I said, if, whether it's good, bad, ugly, in between, I'm fine with anything. Like, as long as, you can come at it different ways. Like I said, the other video I was watching was just like, what things would you change if you were, in Scentsy? Well, I have lots of opinions on that too. But I mean, first of all, they could get some good damn bakery. That would be nice. I've said, like, why don't they just hire a vendor? Like, literally hire one of these awesome vendors that we love and hire them as a consultant, pay them a ton of money, and like teach them, open their mind to the possibility of wax and what it can smell like. Instead of these, I'm sorry, but some of Scentsy scents are really kind of boring, especially when you open your eyes to vendor and you're like, my mind is blown. Like, and I appreciate with the Christmas, was it Christmas cookies that they tried, like giving that whole ambiance scent of tree, it was like kind of a cider in the background, a little cookie, like that was a little bit, the Beetlejuice scent was kind of going there too. So I appreciate that they try, but I seriously think they need to literally hire a vendor. That would change their whole world.
See, that's my thing, is from like a customer point of view. It's like, with them, taking away the bundle and save, And then so it's like, okay, if you want to do that, all right. And I mean, I wouldn't mind paying a little bit of a higher price point if you're actually giving me stuff that I like. And honestly, I don't have much from Scentsy at all that I like. Like, I have my club, but right now my club I think only has like 9 bars in it.
Wow, score you.
I just honestly, like, I've been shopping with Scentsy for like, I don't know, like 2.5 years or something. And I've maybe found like 6 or 7 scents that I actually like enjoy. I feel like everything else is more of like a one and done for me. So it's like, if you would actually bring, scents that I like, which is obviously bakery, and I know a lot of us love bakery, or at least bring scents back that were good before, then, I wouldn't mind paying a higher price point as long as I can get stuff that I like. If you're giving me good product, I don't mind paying a little bit more, but they're not giving, good product. The performance has not been that great. So I'm just like, nah, I'll stick to my club for now.
But do you think all Scentsy people, like Ashley, do you buy vendor wax?
I don't. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it. I would definitely be interested. I guess I've just, always bought and used Scentsy. I would have to, I don't know if anyone wants to drop in the comments, like some good Canadian vendor waxes. I would love to try them.
Well, Melting Memories is is what everybody seems to enjoy. And yeah, in Canada, Veronica, she was on the last live, and I don't think she's on right now, but she I think is there very many Canadian vendors? I think that might be it. I don't know of anyone else. If anyone
Melting
else
Memories.
Yep, that's who I said. Yep.
Veronica. Oh, okay. Sorry, having a blunt.
No, that's okay. Yeah, she's duped some Scentsy scents, and she does pre-orders and restocks. Not that you want to push people that way, but it is interesting when you see Scentsy people go to vendor, and then Melissa, I remember when you did, and I was like, I love it. Because she just went from one end to the next, and her mind was like blown. And I was like, and then now it's like, okay, that's cool. I mean, it just changes your whole perspective on wax and what your house can actually smell like. There's Veronica.
100%.
See, I was like the opposite. I got into vendor wax before I found Scentsy. So I feel that's kind of like why I'm not in love with Scentsy like a lot of people are, because I had vendor wax first.
You got spoiled.
I love vendor wax. I'm always gonna love vendor wax. Like, I melt like 95% of the time I'm melting vendor wax. So I think that was like my thing, is that why I'm not, as in love with Scentsy as other people, because I had vendor wax first.
Well, you were lucky then, because see, I only got into vendor because I was so frustrated with Scentsy's bakery that I was like, there's got to be more to this. And then I just went down that rabbit hole, and yep, I live there now. So,
and I know some of the vendors do ship to Canada, so I know it's more expensive, unfortunately, but I know you can get like the Canada Post or something, or there's like an in-between that'll help ship too.
Well, now I feel like I've been missing out on vendor wax all these years.
You have.
Yes.
You have. And again, you can go the tit for tat for performance. That could be another video we could do, like Scentsy versus vendor performance, because let's be honest though, Scentsy's performance has not been the best in the last couple of years. When you review the Bring Back My Bars, and I've complained about this, I do my shorts, and it's like some of them are so dang light I have to shut a door to smell them. So again, let's not go tit for tat for vendor versus Scentsy in the sense of that, because some people are diehard on the cross of one and some people are, on the other. I think it's good to have a variety of whatever, and then find a vendor that works for you, and then you go with that. So, it's just, again, it's a different perspective on, trying things. And Scentsy, yes, April, Scentsy does hate bakery. I'm convinced of that as well. Melissa, you're lucky because you like other things. Ashley, I don't know if you're a bakery lover. I am. Tara, you are, right?
Yes. And I just feel like even the few bakery that they have come out with lately, I have not been a fan of at all. So I'm just like, they really cannot do bakery. So in my opinion, I think the best that Scentsy does is like the more like fresh aquatic like type of scents. And those are really like the type of scents now that I'm like, you know, really purchasing more of, like, if I see those coming out and like either bring back my bar or like a limited time offer, like I'm basically just gonna try those from now on. Like I think I'm just gonna like stay away from bakery because I already have so many bakery scents with vendor wax that I love, and just stick to the fresh aquatic scents because I do think that Scentsy does those good.
They do. And they do fruity well too. I mean, that's like they say their top category. So
but they tend to recycle a lot of the same and just rename them and tweak them slightly.
Again, who is making, I would love to know who's in charge of like their scents and picking them, because they need somebody who's sassy to be in charge, because I would be like you just got to try different things. Like a lot of candle companies will do floral and fruit. Now, Scentsy has been doing some more of that, but I would just love them to see them like step up their game. Like seriously, go buy vendor wax and warm it and then have somebody test it. I often say, I wish they would truly watch Scentsy consultants videos who do vendor and Scentsy and just pay attention. I think they could turn their company around, but it seems that no matter how much we put in idea share, they don't give two craps about it. Like I put in a lot of comments and I'm not very nice in there, but I don't know.
I mean, I feel like, okay, you don't want to, you know, take a step in the right direction and you don't want to like up your game as far as like scents and stuff like that and doing like new combinations and stuff. Okay, that's fine. You don't want to do that, but at least bring back the scents that, you know, a lot of people ask for. Like I watch a lot of YouTubers that, you know, ask for like scents like vanilla waves, and then people will say apple butter frosting and almond croissant and all these other scents, and it's like everybody keeps saying Scentsy, bring it back, Scentsy, bring it back, and they don't listen. So it's like you should do one or the other. If you're not gonna, you know, make new scents that appeal to people, then at least bring the scents back that people say that they love.
Yeah. And I think that goes into again of what could they do to turn things around. I mean, and also how many times have we, for like, I've left comments with club, like, why can't they do it like Amazon, where 1 month, let's say you only want 4 of your 25 or 30 bars. Why can't you just throw it into a monthly, get the bars you goddamn want and get out? You know, I would buy way more if I could do that. Like I want one of my blueberry burst. I want my apple butter frosting, but it's with like 20 bars. And I'm like, I'm not doing it. So I just won't place that. I won't push that club through. I think they could do more to please their customers, but why aren't they listening is what I would love to know. Is it just that they don't care?
Well, and I think some money, like you're saying, from like just 4 bars instead of 20, at least some money is better than no money.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would just be nice if they showed like some effort. Okay, let's do a Michael Scott suggestion. That whole box was about what Michael Scott could fix. Oh, bless your heart. I love The Office. Well, it would be nice if they would try to make changes. I guess, wouldn't it be nice if they say these things, but then also came through and said, but let's look at what we're going to do in 2025. Like, I get that all these things they said, but how about what else are you going to do? It just seemed like they came at it with a negative position. Well, of course, we're all going to be negative. You just literally laid a bunch of crap on us, told us our business is going to be harder to work when most of your customers are consultants and we are their best goddamn customers. I mean, I can spend good money with them, but I've just taken a stance that like, I'm not going to it. I'm only going to order if I really want something. Where before I was like, oh, I need every launch. I need this. I need that. I need this. But I wish they would just come out with saying, this is what we're going to do too. Like we have said this, but we're also going to do this. But my fear is they're going to come at us with, well, now this is what we're going to do to your club. And it's probably going to be negative, not a positive.
Well, and then they lose more.
Well, they will.
Even more. Yeah.
Because how many people have posted videos or shorts or posts in the groups saying that they canceled their clubs or they canceled their website? People are pissed right now. I don't know.
Well, do you think a lot of consultants like are canceling their websites and then consultants and customers canceling their clubs.
Would that make a difference?
I don't know. I mean, maybe the money part not coming in might speak, but it's hard to say.
Well, I just wonder about like all the cuts that they made. Again, talking about when working at the hospital that I am and they're trying to stay afloat, they make cuts. So when people say, well, and Anna, I'm not picking at you. I know you commented this, but I think that's a good comment to say that they don't, people don't think Scentsy is going to go under. I don't agree with that. Now this is just me and I'm not picking on you. But I think that when you see a company start really taking hits after us, that does make you think that they are trying to save a sinking ship. So, but again, could they do all these things and things could be better? I think yes. I don't know. So why aren't they doing it? Is it truly just greed that they're just like, and again, I say this all the time. This is not my business. We work for Scentsy. It's not our business. They own everything. They don't have to listen to us. If we don't like it, they don't care. But why don't they care? That's what bothers me. That's what I think gets me more than anything. If they could just show that here's the bad, but where's the good? Even with the hospital, they came at us and said, all of management is taking this 10% hit. And this is because they wanted to show that they were also going to be impacted so we could stay open. But saying that everybody should be punished, but not any of those some people, and then not making positive change, I just don't like that, I guess. I think that's where everyone has that sour taste in your mouth is like, it just came from a stance of here's everything bad. How about tell us something good?
Yeah, exactly.
What is this one? I missed this 19 million. Wendy, where did you get that? Seriously? If that is, where did you get that? I would love to know. If that is true that they get 19 million from that alone, that is just profit. Wow. Oh, well.
And they're cutting car bars, they're cutting travel twists, and I believe her name is Amy, correct me if I'm wrong, Happily Scented Life, said just get back to the basics, wax and warmers. That's what Scentsy is known for.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think they've just spread themselves so thin?
Oh, Wendy says that was an income disclosure. Somebody send me that. That's insanity. I'm sure it is true. Again, I agree with you, Ashley. Isn't that how they started, was warmers and wax? Like, I would be perfectly fine. If you just said that, I'd be like, okay, if that's what can come out with better, bars and scents and bring back the old classics. Like, why couldn't they put in the catalog, here's the top 10 of all time, and then do that every catalog? Do you know that in Bring Back My Bar, I was like, I'll order these couple scents and that's it. Normally, if they come out with good ones, I will order a ton of wax.
Why not make Bring Back My Bar the whole catalog season?
I'd be cool with that too. Like, again, why aren't they taking some good information, not just like, this is the way we're going to do it? Yeah.
It's because they ask leaders who get paid for that. They don't ask us,
Yeah. And I was really disappointed with this round of Bring Back My Bar. I don't know how you guys were, but it wasn't the greatest.
I haven't even placed an order for any yet.
No.
I added a couple to my club because there was a couple that I was interested in, like banana nut bread, because Melissa got me hooked on that now. And then I wanted to try the woolly slippers. I think those were the two main ones that I want to try from Bring Back My Bar. There's a couple other ones like Thunderstorm and Berry Tart that kind of interest me, but those were the main two that I wanted.
I honestly, I bought 2 6-packs and then a couple randoms, and I was like, normally when they have some really good ones, I will buy a 6-pack of each of those and I will spend, a good amount of my wax budget on Scentsy. But now I'm like, oh, I want these candles. Okay. Cause Scentsy's, I could care less. So And again, it also comes into performance because some of those bars, like I warmed that pumpkin tiramisu and I had that in 2020, I think it was, and it was a beast of a performer. Now, the one I warmed was kind of like medium at best. And I was like, oh, that sucks. So again, that plays a role too, because if it's not performing, what does it matter what it costs or what you get? Because then you're throwing your money away. It's like a unscented candle. It's,
Exactly. Then it's like, well, what's the point?
Okay, Wendy, that's insanity to me that they make 20 million from the website. Well, then there you go. Oh yeah, crap. There are some good ones in the Bring Back My Bar. I just think this round, my customers didn't buy a ton either, so I don't know. And normally I do get quite a few during Bring Back My Bar, but this time it hasn't been as much.
I liked them, but I tend to like everything. So,
but I literally, that was like all it was like all fresh, and I mean that was more of a you Bring Back My Bar. Hey, it saved me money, Melissa. I'm not complaining on that end. Oh, and see, Mindy said she liked it too. So but usually sometimes they do like a good mix. I think there was just only a few bakeries, but there was more other scents in this one, which is fine. Like I said, I save money. And my husband didn't like a lot either. Like he's usually pretty happy, but this one he was kind of like, well, that was kind of underwhelming. But I was like, well, that's kind of what I thought too, but that's fine. So yeah.
And
go ahead.
The banana nut bread on this one, I don't know about anyone else, but to me, it gave me like old school yellow penicillin vibes. Like, do you remember the yellow penicillin when you were a kid? Yeah. I smelled it and I'm just like, nope, I can't.
Did you warm it to see if that got better?
No, I can't get over the cold sniff. It's just straight up banana penicillin and ugh.
What did you say, Melissa?
The bakery comes out on warm. It's better on warm.
Yeah.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So Lisa is saying her director quit in silent. Wow. Oh, she's quite silent. Sorry about that. Yeah, a lot of them are. So, and I don't know the whole story with Lacey. I have no idea on that, so I can't even comment. But I think, yeah, I was pretty shocked on their statement that they released saying it was performance related. I just thought that was kind of, why put that out there? Just say you parted ways. I don't think it should have been like that. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I agree. A lot of companies do that when they start up in these businesses. They will hire family, and I don't think that's always the best. Yeah, Wendy has some mic drops. She definitely does. Yeah. Oh, sure. Oh, seriously? Well, that's interesting. I would love to see them actually have a discussion about and actually listen to their consultants. I think that would be very helpful. But again, are they going to? I don't know. And Veronica, I missed what you're yakking about. Somebody's saying something that she can't wait to order from her. Okay. Sorry, I thought Veronica was getting spicy in the comments over there. Sometimes she does. I watched her video and she's like, I'm going to swear. And that's just the way it is. It's like, fine, you can do that. I don't think anybody cares. And if they watch her videos, they kind of know she does that. Yes, Wendy has got her facts. She is dropping them over there. Hey, I love it. Let somebody know the facts and throw them at us. I'm totally fine with that. Yeah. I don't know. I guess I just wish that they would, again, try to make changes in the right direction. I think, like you said, Tara, like having some favorites be in the catalog would be nice. Again, none of us have seen. Now, February starts, what is it, where they start going around and doing those meetings or, the trainings? World tour. So yeah. I don't know. I'm going to look when the first one is, because as soon as the first one in the US goes, somebody will share the photos. And then usually I always do come on and make a video because I go over it because I like to see what there is. But once those trainings, okay, so there you go. So February 1st. So we really don't have long before that will come out. So I guess it'll be, thank you. Yes, thank you. So I don't know, will it be good or not? I don't know. Do you foresee that they're going to do anything in the upside of this? I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, they've had to know about this for at least 6 months, right?
Yes.
Changes that we got told on Monday.
Oh yeah. Even in retail, they say they're planning what a year in advance. So whatever is done is what it is. So, but also they have to see the trend of the year in sales. So again, who works seriously though? Who is their creative person? Is it creative director over there? I don't know. Please don't tell me it's Chuck, because for some reason I don't see him spewing energy and ideas.
I thought it was Lacey.
So she was the one. Well, okay. So then who's replacing her?
I assume Chuck. I don't know.
I bet it is.
Well, I was going to go back to too that they have all these join specials. So you get the people like us that join, and then, we get the discount and all of that. But then now they're just, I don't know, cutting us off at the legs, So.
Yeah, because on that Zoom, they said, because I took notes because I'm just, weird like that. They said they want to acquire new customers, engage them, new consultants, and consultant engagement. Okay, but here's the thing. Like, when you're just offering these $20 kits left, right, and center, you're going to run out of customers. And maybe that's just kind of like part of the MLM business model, but I don't know.
No, I agree with you. I do think that like I said before, if you're going to push people to join, then they're no longer customers, they're consultants. And then the other part of their comment in that video was they're basically saying they need new customers because 70% of hostesses are consultants. So basically they don't want that, but they do want it only if they're new. So really what it comes down to is they want to revamp and get more new customers. But is that really likely in 2025 that people truly don't know what Scentsy is? I mean, I think a lot of people do know. I mean, most of people that I know do. I mean, you might get a few people. I mean, but are they I don't know. Is it the same? Do they love it as much as we do? Probably not. I mean, I'm probably my only crazy friend. Like, I'm the crazy one. My friends love it because they're like, oh, you got more wax for me? I'm like, yep, come on, look through what I got. Especially with Scentsy, because I'm like, I'll warm a cube or not. And then I'm like, I hate this. And it sits there. Well, now Melissa, I have some stuff to send to Melissa because I was watching her video. She was doing her Scentsy club edit, which killed me. And I was watching it, and she's very organized. But she's naming off these bars. Well, I'm going to put this in my club because I've never tried it. And I just kept writing down what she said. And I was like, I'm just going to send her it because I'm sure I don't know if I have half a bar or a couple cubes. So I said to her, can I just send you some? Because she's naming off like 30 bars. And I'm like, dang, that's a lot of money just to try a scent when I have it in my collection. So I'm more than happy to send it to her because I don't want her to waste money, because what if she gets it and freaking hates it? Because I hate a lot of mine.
I send it to Lee because he's UK.
What?
I send them to Lee if I don't like them because he's in the UK. So they don't even try them.
But you know what I mean? So it is nice if you have someone like that where you can just try out different things instead of, again, spending all that money. Because like saying, oh, I'm just going to try that bar. Well, that's a lot of money to just try a bar too, right? So I don't know. I wish they just did things a little bit differently or give us, I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of things they could work on. I just don't know if that's anything we're going to see in 2025. Okay, yeah. Yes, and see, Brandy, I think they absolutely are speaking out both sides of their mouths. Absolutely. They want us as consultants, they'll always say, oh, turn that party, get that customer to convert to a consultant because she can save money. But then now they're saying they don't want that because most of our customers are consultants. Well, which way do you want it? You can't have it both ways.
And how do you level up if you're not adding people under you? Like, how do you get to be director, superstar director,
But
leader?
the thing of it is, in that video I did, the second one, I think, when I showed those pies, what percentage was it? Only 25% are active. So that, and if you're looking at, they only sold 200 in 1 month in a 12-month period, that is pathetic to say that only, that means most Scentsy consultants are not making money. So what is the percent that makes over a certain amount? What is the percent that goes on those trips? Because it can't, I guarantee you it's not high. I don't know. Where's Wendy? She probably knows those statistics. Or Ashley, maybe you do. I just don't care enough to know. But looking at that pie and seeing that statistic was very, like, I really thought maybe more people did. That's really sad that only a few are making money with Scentsy. I mean, and I make some, but I certainly am not pulling what they do. And whatever I do, I reorder so I can be snarky and review it, because I want to save other people money if I can, because I'm sorry, that's just what I'm going to do. If I don't make any money, so be it. It's fine. I like being a little sassy, so I'm okay with that. So April's going to guess 1%. Someone said it's only the top 3. Okay. Well, that's pretty sad that only 3%.
And Charity, I believe somebody asked what the percentage was on that Zoom, and they said, "Oh, we don't have the numbers." Like,
I did see that.
BS. They have them. They have them.
I did see that. Now that you're saying that, because I had to, in the Zoom, you can click on the Q&A, and I was going through and scrolling to see what people ask, and they kept saying, "Well, we don't have those numbers in front of us." So who says that? That's what people say who commit a crime, and they're like, "I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't do it. I wasn't there." I don't know. Watching a lot of that, Watson and Holmes or whatever show. And so, yeah, there you go. My mind is like, you're just going to plausibly deny it? Like, I don't know what it is. I don't have those numbers right now. I'll tell you later on. It's like, I don't know where the gun went. I don't know. I didn't shoot him today. Oh, okay. Got it. Whatever. Right.
And another thing, they said that they want to have less consultants being the host, because when a consultant is the host, it slows down the path to growth. With non-consultant hosts, customers, so like, they're going to have friends and family, and then those friends and family are going to, and it just keeps going and going and going. I don't know. I don't know about the MLM thing, you guys, in 2025. I don't know.
So it's because we ran out of people.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they want the fresh blood. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Amanda on her video. Wow. So this is the thing with the whole, you got all the top people, and only, then the second makes this, the third, whatever tiers or whatever you want to call that pie, puzzle, pyramid. That's the thing I think most people don't like, is like, I have issues with my sponsor, but I reached out to Scentsy, and the only way you can switch your sponsor is if you have a police report. They will not switch just because you no longer get along with them. You can, they told me though, I said, that is terrible. So somebody can be a meanie to you and you can't request to go under someone else. Nope. Unless there is a filed police report that justifies why you want to switch your sponsor. Or I could quit and then be inactive for 3 months and re-sign up under someone else. And I was like, I'm not doing that. No, I'm not going to that work. Why is it just hard and steadfast? Like, you can't? Oh, because gosh forbid they lose their money. Because how many people who signed up originally, like, let's say, how long has Scentsy been a company? 6 months, Brandy. Thank you. They've been open for how long? How many of those people that signed up under these top people actually speak to them anymore? I don't think it's probably a lot, because I'm sorry, I'm going to say this, but most people in the top are not always the nicest to their team. There might be some that are. I've not gone to Scentsy Family Reunion or anything like that, so I can't speak of that. But I have been involved in another company, and I will tell you, man, some of those people that are up there, you go talk to them, and they are like, there's a few that I was friendly with, but most of them are just like, they think their crap doesn't stink, and they will not talk to anybody. So I don't know. I just feel like it's only a few that are making the money and everybody else is really struggling. And I think that's why people are sick of this whole how Scentsy and other companies are running. They're just tired of the little man again being stomped on. And I mean, and most people I think are pretty much over it. And I have a lot of people who tell me they won't even order because they don't like MLMs. That's it. They will not order. They don't care. So I wish they would switch to a different model. And I know that might offend people who, if they have a whole team, too bad. It's just the way people don't like that. And I don't think leaders, again, I'm just speaking from experience. And in my group, I don't think they work hard enough for the money that they make off of other people's backs. I don't think it's justified.
I get ghosted a lot by mine. So I just quit. And then if she reaches out, I ghost her back because, yeah, when I've needed her, she just.
The only time they reach out to me is like if I've hit a sale goal or if I'm not hitting one, then they'll say, oh, it's been a slow month for you. It's like, I honestly, the one time I got a text, I'm like, I don't know how the hell you got my text or my phone number, but do not message me on this. You were not given permission. And she's like, well, it's in your no, I did not say that you could message me. I did not ask you to reach out. I don't need you to speak to me. Again, when they reach out only for that, it leaves a poor taste in your mouth of like, you're not my friend. Don't message me just because I'm not making your sales goal. Because last month I sold and made a ton of money for your profit. Well, too bad. That's not why I'm doing this. I do this for fun. If people order, great. If they don't, I don't. That's just the way I feel. But again, when they are watching their teams, it's all about their paycheck. So of course they're going to want to talk to you if you're not making them enough money. And 1 month you're killing it. And then the next month they're like, well, what happened? It's like life. People have lives. They can't spend like that every month. Maybe at Christmas, was it 2 years ago? I had a massive like host reward, whatever, because it was Christmas and the prices were right. They had some good sales. And everybody was buying because we were still kind of stuck at home. It was like 2021, but things have changed again. People just, and how many warmers can you have? Let's be real. I mean, I like warmers, but
see, I see one thing as a consumer is that I don't like either is that, like, especially like when it comes to like Scentsy Club, is that you can't change your consultant. I feel like you should be able to change your consultant whenever you want to, because like if you don't have like a connection with your consultant and they don't help you in any way or reach out to you or anything like that, I think you should be able to change consultants when you want to. Like when I first started buying from Scentsy, I had no idea that you even had to have a consultant in order to like even place an order. So I didn't know any of that, and I didn't watch too much like YouTube back then. So when I just went and searched for consultants in Rhode Island, and so I just like picked one of the people like that, and then she's reached out to me like a couple of times. I met her once, and then that was it. And then so now it's like I still have her as my consultant for my club, but it's like if I want to have a different consultant, I have to like lose everything from my club and start all over again. And I don't think that's right.
I don't think it is, but why is because they make money off of your club. That's why. So they won't switch because they feel like, well, I'm the one who signed her club up. What the hell did you do? Nothing.
Exactly. I signed my club up.
Right.
Like, I'm the one that, decided to start a club.
That's the thing. Again, if they care, if it wasn't such a pyramid, then why would they have all these rules? Like, it's very obvious that it does come down to, again, they want to please the higher up versus the lower man. And I will say too, working in a hospital and having my boss, I had one boss who never left her office. And I had another boss, like when we were like, babies were being born left and right. Like she was out there the whole day helping everybody. She stayed late. People pay attention to people like that, not people who hide and make money just when you're out there struggling and crying and nurses are crying and babies are crying and it's a mess and you've got a code. Like the people that show up make a difference. The people that just stand in a room and tell you what to do, people don't like that. And I think, especially as a generational thing, we just don't like to see lazy people. And I don't talk to anybody in my upline, and I'm not trying to be rude, but I just think that they do a couple of videos, they tell you what they need to, and then that's it. And then they're making money all off their downlines. And I think that's what people are sick and tired of. I really do think that's why people are just walking away from buying from them. And how many have folded in the last year? Because I watch those YouTubers who make videos on MLMs, and there are so many going just down. Didn't 31 just close? I think, was it Amy who said that in her video? They closed down.
I love that.
Yeah, I have a lot of 31 stuff,
Me
but
too.
but I think they did too. And so I think it's just like I said, I think people are kind of tired of that model. I don't know what the right way is, but I mean, I know some people don't like that whole affiliate thing, but what's the option then? Scentsy goes, what would it be? Is it public? And then they go, how else do they change the business model?
In stores.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you foresee that though? I don't know. I mean, I guess they could, but if they got rid of consultants, to be honest, if they got, and I'm not advocating this, but if they got rid of consultants and had a website, they would still make money because all of us have bought it. So people would still buy it. So could that be the next step? I mean, it very well could be. I mean,
I wouldn't be mad about it.
You wouldn't be?
Like going and shopping online now, like I do Amazon. Like, yeah, I wouldn't be mad.
I mean, again, right? Like, I like that I do have customers and I do make something, but I don't, that isn't where and Ashley, I know your situation is different and I get that because I've been in that position before. After my son passed, I did an MLM and I made a lot of money and I was able to stay home for 4 years with my kids because I was able to, I did very well. But when things changed like they are doing now, when I saw all the greed coming in, I was done. I said, okay, Lord, thank you for blessing me. But now I'm going to go and do something else because that's where I feel passion and led. And so I went and did, the school nurse during COVID to be helpful. But I think that's the thing is there has to be a reason why you're doing it. And all of this negativity, I think just people are pissy about. And if they just shut down and say, okay, here's the website, people are still going to buy. I will still buy because they'll do sales, they'll do coupons, they'll do something different. So I think they really, I don't know what they're going to do, but I do think this is one step and I don't know what the next step will be. They could just, like I said, a website and they'd just make a ton of money. I don't know.
But if they went with the affiliate model, would we just still have like a link that customers could shop from and make a commission off of that? I wouldn't be opposed to that. I mean, I don't need to have a team.
Yeah. And I think that's honestly what people feel. Like, that's why some of these companies are switching because they have to decide how are they going to do it. Again, I wouldn't be opposed to affiliate or, like I said, if they had a website, fine, so be it. So, well, Veronica, I don't hold your breath. I don't want you to die. So just don't hold your breath, though, on that one. Okay, just so you know, screenshots the internet is forever. Don't you teach your kids this? If you post something on the internet, it is forever. I don't care if you delete something. Some people take screenshots, and so some people have those, so you can delete, but it doesn't mean didn't happen. And
you have receipts.
That whole freaking misinformation thing just pissed me off so bad. And if anybody noticed how snarky I was about that, that one set me right off. I hate that word, misinformation. I'm not a fan. No, don't use that word. Like, no way. It was on her community tab. If you want to see, I'll send you pictures, but I won't post them. Yeah. I think that's like, think about, okay, so Teddy Bees, there's only a few vendors that do, like, if you spend so much, you earn points and you get money off. So I Heart Wax does as well. I did not know that, but I went to place my order and it said, oh, you have this many rewards. And I was like, awesome. And I saved some money. I was like so excited. So there are some vendors who do that, not all, but I definitely think that could be something they do, right? Just like, well, Kringle Candle has that. As you get points, you get money off. Like most companies do that. I mean, even Yankee does. So
Bath and Body Works.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like I'm always using free rewards. Like when I go in
Me
there,
too.
like I would definitely be okay with Scentsy just doing a website and then having like a loyalty, rewards program like that. I would totally do that.
Well, and again, or if they like, I wonder if they'd switch to affiliate and then go to that. Because again, if these higher ups are saying that they do well with sales, then post the link and make your money. But you should not be making money off of people that you are not truly managing and training. And I don't think that's the way it should be anymore. Again, that's just my opinion, but okay, Veronica does it too. Okay, good to know. Thank you guys. Yeah, please share if you know a vendor I'm forgetting, because there probably is more. I think Zape does Zape bubbles, so you get a discount with her too eventually. So I do think there are, and I'm sorry that I don't know all of them that do, or I don't remember. I mean, heck, I'm never opposed to anything. Like, I love samples. Anything you can get from a company is always great and a blessing. So I mean, I don't want to see it go that way, but if Scentsy was to close or do affiliate or website, I'm okay with either. So I just would prefer not have certain scents that I like, and I would prefer to have warmers. Like I do like the warmers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, people go out and buy, like for Christmas time, my grandma had all those houses, and for Christmas, I just put out a ton of warmers. Like for me, that's what I like. I like that they're pretty. They're just something different. I don't know. I just would prefer that something changed, but not just give us all these negatives. I wish they would just have you'd think that they would have put some thought into this, but I don't think they did, because they released the news information. What day was it on? And then they waited for 2 days until Dan stumbled to come up. Like, did that seem like they planned it? Because to me, it didn't seem like they were going to say anything.
It almost felt like, because there was so much backlash of the news that got dropped, I think it was Monday, and then what, Dan comes on Tuesday, Wednesday, it's like, oh crap, the consultants are in an uproar. Someone better get on there and put out that fire.
I do think it was an afterthought. It very much felt like it was an afterthought of like, yeah, like they just didn't think about anything with that. So I think that's another reason people are like, oh, I'm going to wait and see what Scentsy says, and then I'll come out with a statement. Well, that's fine. I mean, anybody, you don't have to say anything as a consultant or a customer. Nobody needs to say anything. I just think that they should have probably, like, do they not have a PR firm or somebody that specifically does this? I think any company should really have that.
But here's another kicker. So, you know how all the directors and above were in Cancun? Apparently all those directors knew. I don't know if it was like a week or whatever. Maybe someone, Wendy, drop in the comments that everyone, Wendy just knows the 411. But all the directors, they already knew. So like they're just chilling in Mexico, and all of us little people just get slammed on Monday.
Yep. Yeah, and that's the stinky thing too, is that, right, they knew, but did they who else knew that before we knew that release? And then again, so if they truly were planning something on the up and like, hey, here's the bad part, but guess what we're going to be doing in 2025? Maybe that's what World Tour is, but I don't foresee that. But man, that's going to be a tough World Tour this year to go into that. I don't think I'd be like, I'm sick, I'm out. But it seemed like they just didn't plan anything. They were just going to say, this is how it is. And then they were going to ignore it. But yeah, I mean, there was a ton of comments on Idea Share. They were so busy with phone calls. Like I tried calling, and I think the wait was forever. So I was like, forget it. But it's like, but then again, they didn't plan, because otherwise they would have came out with like, hey, I know that everybody's upset, but here's our plan, here's our goal, and here's the good things to look forward into 2025. It was just like, okay, this sucks, too bad, here it is. That's kind of what it was like. Whatever. Oh, and they're talking about Lisa. They're saying in her Facebook group she downplayed it. Of course she does. When a person likes everything, I don't trust them. because not everybody loves everything. I mean, Melissa, you might like everything, but you don't love everything.
Right.
You're authentic. I mean, I know that you're like, I do like most things, just like Ashley Overlay will like a lot of things, but you don't love everything. I think if somebody says they love everything all the time, it's kind of like, well, who believes that you love everything all the time?
When you guys say Lisa, which one are you talking about? The Meow Meow Lisa?
Oh,
You know, the kitty cat Lisa? Is that the one everyone's talking about, or another Lisa?
who's the kitty cat? Somebody.
I don't want to.
Oh.
I don't want to say the full.
Somebody in the comments, can you please type it out so I don't have to say it, because I don't.
Oh God, meow meow.
And I don't know who the heck that is, but now somebody's gonna have to tell me who that one is.
I don't want to, like, I don't know.
Don't say it. Yeah, let someone else. Oh, I do know who that one is now. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes, I do know. There's the other one right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And yeah, right. Crafts by you. Yes, now you know. But you know what though? If you go watch Scentsy MLM videos, they do drag all of them. They go right at them. Like they say though that they can because it's public information, so they can. I mean, when you post a training video on YouTube, they're going to come at you. Let's hope we don't get, like all of us making videos in the last week, hopefully we don't get pulled into them, because I've seen a few and they haven't yet, but I was like, oh Lord, please don't pull us in your videos. I don't because they have like 10,000 subscribers. I'm like, don't talk about us. Just go to the leaders and the owners. Don't come at us. Oh, I don't know who's hating. Do I need to watch my comments? Sorry, I didn't see any. If I missed something that wasn't. I know. I mean, she loves. Oh, someone loves you? Okay, well, good. I'm glad they love you.
Well, and not only getting dragged into YouTube videos. Okay, that's one thing, but I don't know. I don't know if anyone here, like, we even have to be careful what we say on Facebook, because then it's like, oh, head office is going to come after you. And
yep,
it's true. They have gone after people.
Yeah, which is just wild. So.
And I'm not okay. So when you say somebody said she has made comments about not loving all wax. Okay. I don't want to say always and never. Remember those two? I learned this in counseling. I'm not saying always, I'm not saying never, but a lot of times. How about that? If you, for the most part, say everything is amazing, a lot of times people don't think you're authentic. I mean, come on. Okay, I have tried this experiment at work. I just want to tell you this. That one week at work, I was like, I'm going to just smile and be the nicest person I can be. And everybody hated it because they were like, what's the matter? What's wrong with you? Are you upset? Are you having problems? Nobody could handle it. And then I was in the nursery with a sick baby and they were all like, are you okay? You haven't come out. And I'm like, I'm trying to stabilize this baby. It's not that I'm mad. I just need to do my job. So even if you try to be something you're not, I think people can pick up on that. So again, it's not always, I mean, I don't like this adjective. Those are two extremes, but for the most part. So for the most part, I'm just me because I don't do well the other way. So I've thought about making a video where I'm just super like energetic and I'm like love everything. But then I'm thinking, oh my gosh, people are going to drag me in the comments because they'll know that's not true. That's not my personality. So if that's who she is and she's authentic, that's it. Just be authentic. Just be you. I mean, I think that's the part about like even making YouTube. I have people who ask me like, oh, I want to make a YouTube video or start a channel. And I said, just be you. People will like you if you are who you are. I think you get nervous as you start doing YouTube, but then as you feel a little bit more comfortable, who you are comes out. And I think people like to see that. So I just think as long as you are who you are, people will enjoy watching you and hearing what you have to say. So.
And I think people trust those of us who are on YouTube if our scents align with each other, or if we know that you're a complete opposite. At least we know if you like it, I won't. Or if I like it, you might like it, And so if you're disingenuous about things, then they
Yes.
buy it, and then they're like, darn, I don't like that. Like, why did she say she liked that? You know, so they trust you based on your reviews. So it's important to be honest.
Yep. Well, absolutely, because I think in the beginning, when I started watching certain people, that is kind of what I did too. I would be like, oh, they say that like that. And then I would try it and I'm like, okay, well, that was money wasted. So like I'll watch Melissa or Etta and I know that they have opposites. So usually I'm like, and don't buy that one. Like truly, because I just know that like you know that you have certain people that you're like if I watch Tara, I know that she likes bakery. So if she's saying something, I'm like, okay, yeah, okay, I can try that scent. So I do think it's important, and I will even comment on Melissa or Etta's video if I'm watching, like, oh my gosh, we actually agree on one. Wow. Because that doesn't happen very often that we agree on a different scent category. Usually I'm just like bakery, but I'm now leaning a little bit to floral. So then sometimes I'll try stuff. So I think that's just the big thing. If you're authentic, people like you. And again, and that's the same in your business. If you want to say for your business with Scentsy, if you are who you are, people will buy from you because they like you. If you put on a show, people don't buy from you. It's just like me at work trying to be super bubbly, and they think I'm like crazy if I smile too much. Okay, because that's just not my personality, you know. I smile at my house all day, and my husband's like, do you have a master plan in mind? I'm like, no, I'm just smiling. And he's like, I feel like this is not going to end well for me. And I'm like, no, I'm just trying to give you a smile all day. And he's like, well, it's creepy, just knock it off. Hey, you can try. It doesn't always work. So I think that's, yes, the biggest thing is just be who you are and people will like you.
And it's why I love watching Charity's videos. Like when you do your unboxings and she'll be like, oh, this clamshell is ripped. That's unacceptable. I'm writing customer service. And I am just like laughing. I love watching because like it's so real.
Yeah. Well, I think that's why, but again, like that's just, I've learned that in life. If you're authentic, and even like I've learned a lot with my son, you know, losing my son. I think you can think a lot about what people say, you know, right after he passed, and people say things, and my sister would say, well, that was kind of weird. And I'm like, it's because people don't know what to say. So you have to give them grace because they're trying to say something and they don't know what to say, so they just say something. So look at their heart, not what they say always too. So when my sister got sick, she would say, well, people are awkward. I'm like, people are always going to be awkward. You just have to give them grace. So sometimes, you know, the people say things to her and she just gets really upset, and her and I go back and forth. It's like, it's okay. People say bad things all the time. They don't mean it though. Like you don't know, you know, like Andrew's in a better place. Well, that's very true. He absolutely is. But I miss him like crazy. So both of those things can be true. So again, you have to look at people's true character to see if they truly mean to be that way or not. Because if I'm truly going to be mean to somebody, I think they know it, versus if you're just kind of joking or, you know, being nice, like people can see your true character. And I think that's what, with selling or doing videos or just working your job, people know your character. And if they get to know that, they don't want to see you be a different way just for, like, if I was a boss, well, you know, and I kind of do management stuff with the job that I'm in now, you know, I get to be snarky behind the scenes, but I'm not like that on the phone, obviously, when you're dealing with patients and their families. So you can be both things. You can be both things, but be authentic in that too. Oh, you missed the Mylar bags. Yeah, what are they? They don't have anything in them right now. They're doing that like pressed paper or whatever. What is that called that they're putting in them now?
Yeah, I miss the time that you used to, like, kids could color on it. You could donate it, and kids could color on it. Or I would wrap up breakable stuff in it when I pack it away. Like I miss that.
Is that because, do you think that stuff because it's recyclable versus the plastic bags, or is it because, do you think they switched because they went to that automated packing now?
Oh, well, I got a box within a box today.
Yeah, well, I get a box within a box, but they still don't pack. Like I still get broken clams all the time, but a lot of times they just throw mine in.
That's what
that's happened.
Yeah, it's just like everything is just.
And again, if you're as Tara, as a customer, if she's ordering and she's ordered on her consultant and that's how her order shows up, who does that look bad on? The consultant or, like, again, it all comes to customer service too. They want us to retain customers, but yeah, I think it is because it's automated. Yeah. I'm going to blame the robots. They don't really care. They don't have feelings, do they? Unless they're AI bots. I'm just kidding.
Their stuff is automated now? I didn't know that.
If it was on the news tab, was it this summer, guys, that they switched to the robots?
Oh.
So they have an
I
automated.
need to get in there more.
I think a lot of companies do that, and I think that is one thing. Yeah. Yeah, see, there you go. Oh, you don't blame the consultant. No, it's not the consultant, obviously, but you know what I'm saying? As a whole, you want that customer experience. Like, again, it comes from the top. Like, you have this experience, and if you're paying a higher price, you want everything to follow in a certain way. Just like when you pay more for vendor wax, sometimes it's not just about the price per ounce. It's about the other pieces involved in the price per ounce, the customer service, the care, the packaging, the thank you, the samples. So lots of things come in line with that. And I will tell you that when I've gotten stuff from vendors that are broken, honestly, some of them have reached out to me and it's like, it's not a big deal. Or they'll send me bags or labels or whatever the case may be, because they do feel bad because it is their business.
I have reached out to Scentsy though, in fairness, and been like, these were customer orders and they came broken, and they have replaced them, which they didn't necessarily have to do. But I mean, it is good customer service, because if they're going to store them, not use them right away, they wouldn't want them broken.
No, I agree with you.
Yeah.
They probably don't get a lot of, like, I don't always email them because it is primarily for me, but again, if people are buying those, yes, for gifts or customers, it's like, that's not cool. And that one that I had, that recent clam that had a hole in the whole bottom, it's like, well, that's not cool. How did that get past quality? I don't know.
Yeah. And I've had like customers reach out, and then I'm just like, send me a screenshot, and I send it on to Scentsy, and then they ship it to them directly. So they've always been good about it.
Yes, I agree. They do really have great customer service. Even like the warmers. I had a customer whose warmer was like flickering, so we tried everything with it. And I said, okay, I'm just going to contact Scentsy, because I literally changed the bulb. I checked the bottom. I did everything. And I just said, I think it's a fire hazard. I'm just going to take it and I will take care of it for you. And she's like, oh, you have to send it back. I'm like, yeah, that's totally fine. They send a free label. As soon as they get it scanned, they'll immediately send your new one. And she got it within a week. So they do a great job when it comes to that. And I've had issues with mine, so they do very well with that. I think it's just, yes, there's good and bad in every company and every business. I think they just ticked off everybody this week is what it comes down to. Because obviously we will still, for the most part, most people are going to order. But I think the big difference is going to be, are people going to keep their websites? Are they going to make changes to Club, which will then affect more of Scentsy's business? And obviously people who are doing Scentsy for money, for income, that will affect them long term. So
Lisa, you're not the only one. I've fought with them before. Like my daughter had an order stolen. It was like $300 worth of wax. And so I had to fight with them. Then they made me feel like, well, we're only doing it this one time. It wasn't her fault, and that's a lot of money to be out. So you're not the only one. It's just overall, they're usually pretty good.
That was with Scentsy that happened? Well, and people do steal packages. I mean, for sure. It's insane how bad that is right now. My kids were just watching, is it Mark Rubio? He's that inventor, engineer, and he does the glitter bomb and fart bomb. And he goes like all over California and like puts it in a backpack in his car, and then they steal it and the fart bomb and glitter bomb go off, and then they have it tracked. And people just don't care. They'll just break windows for a backpack and they don't even know what's in it. So it's like, that's in a car. And then they're stealing stuff off people's porch. That's why I have a camera or several cameras at my house, because we had an issue. And luckily I was able to send that to Amazon and they were able to take care of it for us. But I was like, I didn't get it. I don't care. Someone like what you say, I have proof that we didn't get it. So I don't know.
this is so sad. Mindy says I won't be ordering her six pack. She doesn't want to be asking her consultant, but Mindy, that's, you know, that's a consultant's job is to put the orders through. So that's
Or
terrible.
just text them or email them. You don't even have to talk on the phone.
Okay, but
just text or email.
The other problem though is a lot of people I watch the videos on are saying they aid PayPal, Venmo, or they don't want people having their card information. So I think that's easy to say, but again, if I didn't know my consultant, I wouldn't
That's
like
true.
that either. I just wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. I would either order less wax or I just wouldn't order. I don't think people don't want that. With all the protection, I don't foresee that people are just going to do that. They want, again, and when we talked about in the beginning about the convenience of ordering at 1 a.m. I mean, yeah, you could text, but they probably won't do it unless Scentsy sets up links for people to buy. That would be different. If you could send them like an invoice where you're not touching anything, that would be different. But because when I did my other, business company, whatever I did, we sent invoices. So I didn't have to touch anything. I didn't see any information. And that was done in an app. I don't know, so if they were launching something like that, they should have said so at the same time. Like, we're going to do this app. People can shop on your app. But again, I don't foresee that if they went to saying that they're taking that bundle and save away only if your consultant does it. And you guys, I work full time. So when customers message me, I might not see that message for 10 hours. And then by the time you message them, they might say, oh, I reached out to this consultant, or never mind. I don't want to order. So now I lose a sale because you don't make it easy for my own customers.
100%.
I would not give someone my credit card information. When I de-stash wax, it's a pain in the butt, even with Venmo, or you got to do friends and family. And if they do goods and services, I charge them 3% fee because I don't want to pay it and I shouldn't have to. So like, that would be the other thing. Then you have to worry about that. And then PayPal has that new thing. What is it? $300 if you get paid through there, you have to claim that on your taxes. So then how would you justify that if you did your Scentsy business through bringing it up? Well, send me the money through PayPal. Well, then you have to pay taxes twice. Now, that was a new thing with PayPal that they started. I don't remember if it's 300 or what it is, but yeah, April,
I'm just going to say one quick thing and then I got to run because my phone's going to be dying soon. But yeah, like the whole like having to reach out to a consultant to, get that deal. I'm not really comfortable doing that because like I don't want to give out my information. Like even if I do know my consultant, like Charity, I do order from you a lot. Like I still just don't want to do that because then you never know, like, because then anybody can get hacked. That's happening all the time too. So like if your consultant has like a bunch of like customer, information, a bunch of different like credit card informations and their computer gets hacked or something, or, you just never know. So yeah, I don't feel comfortable doing that at all.
No. And I know you, and I hate doing that for customers because I get so nervous of like, oh my gosh, what if somebody, I don't even write it down and make them like tell me, and then I will do it at the same time because I'm like, I don't want any of your information. Like, I don't want to be accountable for that. You know how the hospital is, every business, how protected they are with patients or people's information, banks, everywhere. I don't want anyone else's information. No. No. Well, we can round this up. We've been live for an hour and 40 minutes and Tara has to go. And, it was fun with you guys. And again, it's nice just to hear people's feedback. And thank you guys so much in the comments for interacting. You guys have been amazing. I will go back and look at those after the video posts. Just so you guys know, Melissa, Tara, and Ashley, when the video downloads, I told Ashley it can take till like tomorrow morning. And then once it does, I will send you a link. And then you can upload it if you want. So I will get that to you tomorrow. But like I said, it takes forever to download when you have a video that's an hour and 40 minutes from StreamYard. But after that, I will get you those links and you can share. But thank you guys so much. Thank you for joining me and coming on and talking smack. I think we did a good job with a little bit of sass and a little bit of what we wish that Scentsy would do. Ashley, I look forward to you making a video on your channel now, and I will watch it, and you can snark it up, and I'm sure you'll get a lot of feedback. And when you do, I will share that for you. So welcome to YouTube and posting videos. I would love to see another Scentsy person be real and honest and open. I think we all need that. And if you buy vendor, we'll watch that too. So
I gotta find some what is it, melting memories. I'm gonna look them up after we're done here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much. I'm gonna go cuddle my dogs and watch some more TV. So thank you so much
for having me.
for joining us.
Thank you.
Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night.